I decided to open up a few shotgun rounds. And I figured I might as well record it while I do it. So, without further ado, we have the Remington 2 3/4 Slugger cheap hunting round. Nothing spectacular. Then we have the Federal Premium 2 3/4 1-ounce slug Truball. Mid-range hunting round. Good for smooth bore shotguns. Pretty accurate. Then we have the Premium Hornady SST 2 3/4 Sabot slug. It's like a little missile inside there. I love that. Then we have a Winchester PDX-1 self-defense round, home defense. This is a 1-ounce slug followed by 3 buck pellet, double-aught buck pellets. This will be interesting. Then we have a Winchester Xpert steel shot, 3-inch magnum number 2, 1 1/4 load. This is a cheap Birdshot. Again, it's number 2 steel shot. Winchester. Then we have a Premium Birdshot. This is my 12 gauge, 3-inch magnum Hornady turkey load. Number 5 shot. So, let's cut them open. I'm going to use my cheap Kershaw, one of my cheaper Kershaws, Kershaw Chill, RJ Martin design, HCR13 MOV steel. Figure I'd use one of my cheap Kershaws to cut these open, not tear up the blade too much, rather than use one of my Spydercos or higher end Kershaws or Bucks or whatever. Decent little knife. Picked it up from my local sporting goods store here. Got it on sale for $15. They normally retail for about $25. Alright. Let's put these back for now. Let's start with the cheap slug. Remington 2 3/4 Slugger. Right about there, I think I should get. This knife was completely razor sharp when I started off. These slugs are just really hard. Alright. Alright, let's see what we got there. Got the wad. Oops, shit. Cheap wad, just a round circle. It's more of a plug. And we got the slug. Not a bad looking slug. Rifled. See if we can get this out of here. Oh, there's the wad. Okay. It actually has a paper wad. This is just holding the slug in, I guess it's a pusher behind it. These actually don't shoot too bad for a cheap round. I picked these up from Walmart for a 15 round box for, it's a value box, 15 rounds for 10 bucks. Pretty cheap for a slug. I'm not going to pull out the powder, but why not? Screw it. Take up too much time. You know there's powder in there. So there we have it. That's the cheap Remington round. Cheap Slugger value box. Now let's check out the Federal Truball slug. These are supposed to have a ball behind the slug, kind of like this, but it's a ball that goes inside to help center the round better as it goes down range. A little bit more. There we go. Oh wow, cut the white right into the round. There it is. We have a spring-loaded wad. Powder's right in there. And then here's the ball with the slug. It's in there just like this. Followed by the wad. Comes out just like that. Alright, this is the one I've been really wanting to see. The Hornady 2 3/4 Sabot Slug SST. This one does have a plastic casing in there, separating the wad better. Let's see. here is the slug. Here is the slug. It comes out, it spreads open like this. In all directions. Out comes that bad boy right there. And it's got that polymer tip in there, and when it hits its target, tip embeds itself into the copper jacket, lead core, I'm sure, and it expands that slug and folds the petals back. And it's a total metal jacket all the way around. Compare that to the Truball slug, and the Truball looks a little bit bigger, a little heavier anyway, but that's lead. This is going to be 10 times more accurate. Well, actually the Truball is pretty accurate. This could be 10 times more accurate than the Remington Slugger. Nice clean round though. Alright, slide him back in there. The Sabot's pretty nice and clean too. Fits in there real tight. And you got a plastic wad in there. So far the Remington, the Federal, so I wanted to have paper in there or something. It's acting as one big piece. Alright, PDX-1 home defense round, self-defense round, Winchester. 1 ounce slug followed by buck. This is going to be interesting too. We won't start making messes here until we get into these here Birdshots. This is the round that I use personally in my shotgun for home defense. If it ever came down to me having to use a shotgun rather than just using my handgun, because that would be my first line, this is what my shotgun's loaded with. Now this is interesting. The slug's right there. So the buck must be on front. But I believe on the packaging, correct me if I'm wrong, the slug was in front and the buck was in the back. Or I might be thinking about the Centurion load, because that's the way the Centurion multi-defense load that I have is it's a big round ball right inside, right in the front. There's 5 buckshots in the back. Alright, it does have a cardboard wad behind it. Let's see if I can cut this open. Poke a hole in it. Ah, yes. It's got packing to help hold the buckshot in tighter. Yeah, look at them babies. You can see they're little tiny balls. Oh, I'm making a mess here. Don't want to get these balls everywhere. Put a slip groove in there. Maybe help take off the pressure a little bit off that slug. There we go. Yep. Shit. Looks a lot like the Truball over here. A little deeper, hollow point cavity, I guess you could say, for the PDX1. A lot of these here pellets. Oh yeah, 3 brass buckshot. Packed in there nice and tight. Help keep the accuracy down, up. Alright, let me get all these out of here. It'd suck getting hit by one of these if you're a bad guy. And I guess if your balls sit on top of it, just like that, somehow. Tell you what though, if I was the bad guy, I'd be hoping to get hit by one of these instead of one of these. Again, I stress one, not all 3. Alright, time to get into the messy stuff. This is the Winchester #2 steel shot, 1 1/4 load, and a 3-inch magnum shell. I'm expecting a lot. Well, I'm probably about 125 or so. Still sharp. Still shaving hair with it. So it's definitely not the knife. It's just really hard plastic. That was arm hair, by the way. The way I test a lot of my knives for their sharpness. Alright, this is going to be messy. Okay, I'm hitting the wad still. That's good. I was hoping to get behind the wad. Alright. Xpert steel shot. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Put a little slit in it again. There we go. Shit! I had a feeling that cup was going to come out like that. Look at that. I don't know, about 10 or 15 fell on the floor behind me. Still got some here. But nice round little tiny BBs. And you don't want to know what? In a shit hits the fan situation, This would probably be the Birdshot that I go with as a massive stock up round. I mean, I'm not going to look for this to be my primary by no means, but if I ever ran out of some good PDX1 for self-defense, this PDX1 runs at 1200 feet per second also, somewhere around there. So it's not a high velocity shotgun round, a slug round to tear your shoulder up and go through multiple layers of boarding in your house. But if I have any of this around, or buck and ball, or double-aught buck, I think a box of these 25 rounds cost me 13 bucks at the local sporting goods shop. So again, I'd rather use these number 2 Birdshot in an emergency self-defense situation. Number 2 steel Birdshot than lead. That's my personal preference anyway. If I had to go use some Birdshot. That's why I have a bunch of this laying around. Because I'm sure this would screw somebody up. They would not have a good day. 1400 feet per second. Alright, let's see. Now this is my turkey round right here. Hornady heavy magnum, 12 gauge, 3 inch, number 6 shot, number 5 shot. This is going to be a lot of little lead pellets. Hopefully the cup won't explode. Like it did the last time. A little bit more. Gotta take this one all the way off. I have to put a slit down this side. I guess a premium round means harder to cut open. Cut into powder. That wasn't good, because now I got gunpowder all over my kitchen table and floor. But here's the actual shot. Oh, see, they don't separate it like in the Winchester. They have the wad followed by the cup. They have the cup and wad as one in the Hornady round. And these are copper plated. These are copper-plated lead shot, so while they do look like they're steel shot, they're not. And there's a few more in there. Ew. There we go. So to give you a few comparisons from Birdshot perspective. Number 5 bird and number 2 bird. That's the difference you're getting. Got one of these here number 2s and number 5s. But definitely a lot more. Here we go. Line all this up and make it look somewhat pretty. Hornady number 5 turkey load, copper plated, lead shot, 3-inch magnum. Winchester Xpert high velocity number 2 steel shot. PDX1 Winchester self-defense, home defense round. 1-ounce slug, 3 double-aught buck. The Hornady SST Sabot slug. Take that out of there. The Federal Truball 1-ounce. And then the Remington Slugger 1-ounce. This is all 3 slugs. The Slugger, the Truball, the HST, and the PDX1. Excuse me. All done by the Kershaw Chill, cheap $15 EDC blade. I've used this knife a lot too, sharpened it up a couple times and still works out pretty good. And my mess I have to clean up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you watching. If you like it, I'll make more. Gotta love the 12 gauge.